What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is TammyTalks. We are here to talk Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 9, episode 1, A Crash Course in Deflection. If you are brand new or returning from last season and you have not yet subscribed, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, watch the video. If you enjoy it, thumbs it up, and then leave your comments down below. We are not going to have the same situation we had last season. Talk about my voice, you're getting blocked. Come in here talking about my character, you're getting blocked. Come in here talking about me physically, you are going to get blocked. Y'all did a lot last season over some women that y'all do not know, that don't know y'all, that don't know y'all exist, okay? Disagree all you want to, do it respectfully. Otherwise, I'm just going to block you. Point blank, period, okay? If you do not like my views, if you do not like my channel, don't watch. There are hundreds of other content creators that are sitting down right now at their computers or going live that are talking about the Housewives of Potomac. I'm sure you will find one that is more to your speed, all right? That's our disclaimer for the season, and let's go ahead and get to it, all right? So, we are a different cast this season, okay? Candace is gone. Robin is gone. And I think the show is going to move a little more smoothly, okay? So, they start off with a reenactment of Karen drunk driving. Completely unnecessary, okay? Completely unnecessary. So, we see Karen, the car is swerving. It's a random ass deer that jumps out and runs through, and that's what happened. Now, we all know what happened. Karen was drunk driving. Got a number of citations, crashed her car, got arrested, got charged with a DUI, a DWI, bunch of other stuff, and she blamed it on the grief of her parents passing. She took no accountability in the statement she issued. She took no fault of her own, and it was actually kind of disgusting. You know what I mean? I know somebody that has passed away at the hands of a drunk driver, as many of us do. I have had friends that have been put over and arrested for drunk driving. Like, there's no excuse for it. There's honestly no excuse for it. You should always have at least one person in the tuck that you can call, at least one person that you can reach out to. Uber, Lyft, like there are so many other avenues to drunk driving. It's ridiculous. I was disgusted with not only Karen's actions, but the statement that Karen put out after that. I did a video on there too. So the show starts off 1 month later, and we see Giselle driving to Karen's house while talking to Ashley on the phone. Ashley reminds us right away that this is Karen's second offense. This is Karen's second time being a drunk driver, okay? This time was a little more serious, I think, than the first time because she did crash her car. So we then get a montage of all the different ladies in their confessionals just kind of talking about it, talking about their reaction, talking about how they felt, what they were thinking when they were notified that Karen did indeed, get because this went viral very quickly. So Giselle pulls up to Candace. Giselle pulls up to Karen's house and wants to get her out the house. She said Karen hasn't been out for about a month, so she's going to break her out. So the two of them, they're in the car. They're going to go get something to eat. And Giselle is like, Karen, should we avoid the crash site? Is it going to be triggering for you? And Karen was like, it's not triggering, but yes, we can avoid it. And then all of a sudden, we see some deer that are coming out. I said, who put these deer here? Because that seems like a busy enough street. Now, I'm from Wisconsin, okay? So I know that deer will run their asses full blown out into the street, right? That is a daily occurrence up here for us. But that was just too perfect. That was a little too scripted, but that was, I guess, a cute little funny thing. It's what makes the housewives the housewives. So they get to breakfast, and after ordering their food, Giselle said that it shook her up when she got the news. She said, I've been friends with you, Karen, for a long time, and it It shook her a little bit. I can imagine how that feels, though. You know what I mean? Especially for public figures, celebrities, when you see something happen to one of your peers, especially one that you're close with, right? So she said that the Karen that she knows doesn't do stupid stuff like this. The Karen that she knows isn't this irresponsible, isn't this reckless. And Karen, she said this was just very uncharacteristic of Karen. And Karen was like, yes, you know me. And the truth will come out. Karen, what's the truth? The truth is you drank, got your drunk ass in behind the wheel of your car, drove, and then crashed. That's the truth, Karen. But Karen is going to continue to play in everybody's face, or attempt to at least, and not take any accountability. And once again, it's just disgusting on her behalf. So Karen then tells Giselle it's a legal matter. You know I cannot talk about it. And Giselle is like, so when do you go to court? Karen is like, you can read. Come on, Giselle, don't do this. Kind of being like, don't keep talking about this. You know I can't talk about it. You know I'm not going to talk about anything. So Giselle switches course and it's like, okay, how are you and Ray? Karen is like, well, me and Ray are going through it right now, and I need all the emotional support that he can give me right now. I need all of that. Karen then goes on to say that, everything that she was dealing with just came to a head. Me and Ray are having issues. And, my parents passed away, and Bravo is like, yeah, we're not going to keep playing that game. And they put up that her parents passed away in 2018. It is 2024. Now, look, I have not lost a parent yet, okay? I have both of my parents. So I am never going to tell somebody how they should grieve, how long they should grieve, or anything of that sort. But you can't use that as an excuse every time you do something and your back is against the wall. And that's what Karen has a tendency to do. So they then, all of a sudden, the waiter comes over. I just want to say, Karen has never had a drink here and got behind the wheel of a car. Giselle said, y'all don't sell liquor. And coincidentally, right behind their table, there are some women that hold up their drink. And I'm like, Karen? Karen? So Giselle then says, look, I'm having a little birthday party for you, and I want to invite everybody. And Giselle lists everybody on the cast. Karen wants to add to the list, and she's like, let's do Vivian and Stacy. And Giselle is like, cool, the more the merrier. I'm all for it. They then get a little shade about Mia and about how Mia is a revolving door since she has moved on so quickly. Remember, Mia started messing with ink before Gordon was out of the picture. So they do that little bit of shade and they get in Mia's ass later on in the episode. We pan over to Mia next. So Mia is out with Gordon and their two children, Juju and Jeremiah, and they're going to go get some ice cream. We find out that Gordon has moved into the building that Mia lives in, so he is able to see the kids every day. They're talking back and forth. And Mia is saying how she gave everything she could to the marriage. Gordon begs to differ. He said, no, because you didn't go through the separation phase. You moved on to another man right away. Gordon is like, yes, I was mean to you, okay? I apologize. Mia is like, no, I did give everything I had to give, and I didn't just run to the arms of another man. Mia, have you forgot what you did? Go back and watch season 8, Mia. But I guess then there's this issue where Mia is like, Gordon, you don't want ink taking Jeremiah to get his haircut. And Gordon was like, no, Mia, that's valid. That is valid. No man wants another man to take his son to get his haircut. My dad would never. Never. And it's crazy that Mia even thinks that's okay, considering Ink thinks that Jeremiah is his son. If Gordon is living in the building, Is there a reason that Jeremiah can't wait till, like, I don't know, the next day or a couple hours later when Gordon is available to take his son to get a haircut? That's being petty, Mia. You're doing that to antagonize him, and you know you are. So we then find out that Ink still wants a paternity test. The fact that Jeremiah is old enough, that baby is old enough to read. On top of that, the other son that Mia has that's older, he for damn sure is old enough to read and get on social media and see everything that's going on in the headlines. Mia is being so careless to even come on TV and have this conversation. That poor child is going to, in a couple years, when he can really read and when he can really understand what's going on, all of this is going to hit him like a ton of bricks. Gordon doesn't want the paternity test because he knows 100% that Jeremiah is his. Mia is like, there's always a chance it's not. And she doesn't want Jeremiah to, 10 years from now, ask, who is my father, when he reads this in the blogs. You're not going about this the right way at all, Mia. This is yikes. This is yikes. We pan over to Ashley. So Ashley is meeting up with a lawyer in a very fake scene about how she is now ready to get a divorce. Ashley, please, you have been doing this the past couple years as your storyline because you have nothing else going on. We're not going to play these games with you. I'm not going to entertain this until it pops up in the blogs that you have indeed finalized this divorce. Let's keep going. So we get to Wendy, Dr. Asefo. So Wendy is resigning from her position as a professor. She's already cleaned out her office, and she is unpacking the stuff from her office into their home office. Wendy is saying that now she's getting ready to turn 40, that she doesn't have a life outside of a professor. She doesn't know herself outside of being a professor. And she has so many other things that she wants to do, so many other things she wants to explore, and she wants to spend more time with her husband and her kids. You know, Wendy has the candle line, you know, and the YouTube. Wendy has things to do. So she's typing up this resignation letter, and she sends it off, and she's like, I'm scared to tell my mom because your mama about to get in your ass. I'll say this, though. Wendy probably never wanted to be a professor. Wendy probably only was a professor to appease her mom. So the fact that she is deciding, look, I don't want to do this. I am going to step down and resign and live for myself. Kudos to you, sis. We pan back over to Karen. So Karen's friend, I think Vivian is a new housewife, and I think Stacy is a friend of the show because there's like 7 housewives this season, and then there's 3 friend of the shows. Damn, Robin. Y'all know I think Candace got fired, but like, damn, Robin, you got fire, sis, and they replaced you so swiftly. Robin did it to herself, so whatever. So they're meeting up at Vivian's store. So Karen has known Vivian since they were, I think she said, in high school or college. And they always talked about how they were going to be entrepreneurs. And Vivian now has a boutique in Vivian now has a boutique in the mall. So because of Giselle's party, I guess that's that Karen is throwing for because of Karen's party that Giselle is throwing, I'm assuming that's why Karen was there to get a dress. I didn't quite catch that part. But Stacy comes in, and Stacy, I believe, is Stacy the new housewife, or is Stacy a friend of the show? Stacy is on the show now, and we find out that Stacy is from DC, went to Philly, worked at QVC, and is now back in DC. So she met Karen at some gala, and they just kind of clicked right away, and like they became friends from there. And that was like last year. So not that long of a friendship at all. So they're talking about this invitation that Giselle sent them, and God bless her. Giselle can't never just send a normal ass invitation. Girl, send out what is it called? Eventbrite. Send out an Eventbrite link. Giselle is sitting down with this cardboard cutout of Karen with the hat on, and Cal is behind, and he's snapping and do. And I'm like, what? Giselle is throwing a attitude party. And if you come with a bad attitude, you're going to have to wear like a taco hat or like a banana peel hat. Girl, whatever. So Karen is a little nervous because the last time Giselle threw a birthday dinner for her, she sat at the head of the table. Remember season 1 when the show was like overly pretentious and overly annoying about etiquette and this and that type of stuff? Yeah. Karen is still hung up on that from not 8 years ago. Get over it, Karen. It was a booth. There was no head of the table in the booth. But whatever. So the ladies are going to go. Stacy is trying on a dress. And Karen tells Vivian, have you noticed that Stacy doesn't have her ring on? Karen said, because I can notice when a rock is missing. So Stacy comes out and they're like, hey sis, where's your ring? Stacy admits that she has been separated for a year. She said about a year. Yeah, separated for about a year, and she is currently going through a divorce now. She was been married for the past 16 years. She met him on an airplane. So he actually, I guess, came and sat next to her. They hit it off. They have a child together, an 8-year-old daughter. So they decide to toast to new beginnings and all that type of stuff. And Vivian and Stacy are talking about, or they are toasting with champagne, and they're like, Karen, I'm sorry, can we drink in front of you? Like, is that okay? I'll say this. Karen is not in Alcoholics Anonymous. She's not in AA. She's not going through any type of treatment or anything like that. So I don't understand why they were acting like they can't drink in front of her. Unless Karen has said that y'all can't, or unless you've noticed that she has a problem. I don't know why they're being weird about that. But, I mean, hell, you don't already drink. The thing to do is to ask before. Hey, Karen, do you mind if we drink champagne in front of you? You're supposed to do it before, not after, but whatever. Karen said, yeah, go ahead and drink. That's fine. I'm only not drinking today because I'm on medication. But Karen said that, after I get through this treatment, I'll be back drinking very, very soon with all of you. I said, ooh, Karen, just standing in her wrongness. That's y'all grand dame though, right? So we get to the party, okay? So Giselle is throwing this attitude party. So she has some hats that were custom made by a specific designer, and I guess she's going to be gifting the ladies each one of those hats while they celebrate Karen's birthday. Ashley comes in first, and Ashley's hair looked a mess, but Ashley comes in first, and she brought a gift basket for Karen, and this would have pissed me off if I was Karen. It had a water bottle. It had a water bottle and it had Uber gift cards. Listen, that would have sent me smooth over the moon if I was Karen. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, that was shady AF. And then Gisella's like, I'm glad you did it because I didn't have the heart to buy them. I said, that's because Karen would have gotten your ass, Giselle. So Giselle then said that she is all about peace these days in her confessional. So she invited Wendy. She said with the sudden passing of her father, I guess just a couple months ago, based on when they filmed, she has now learned empathy and compassion and all of these types of things. So she is willing to move forward with Wendy. It could have been some of that. But I think a bigger part of it is that Candace and Robin are gone. So now y'all need each other as allies. And I think the biggest part is production tells y'all to get y'all shit together. Nonetheless, it sounds nice for Giselle to say. We then see Jacqueline arriving. Mia arrives with Jassy, who is another friend of the show now. And Wendy then finally arrives. Wendy says, look, she does not think that the invite was an olive branch from Giselle, But all of a sudden, Wendy is now willing to sit down and talk about her relationship with Giselle. Why? Because Candace is gone and Wendy really don't have any friends left on the show. So let me go back to the person that I was friends with originally, which is Giselle. We find out that Jassie's boyfriend plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. She has met Taylor Swift and Wendy is excited. Wendy is apparently a Swiftie. Awesome. Jacqueline said that Karen seemed tipsy when she talked to her on the phone. And I said, no, see, Jacqueline, that wasn't necessary to say. And they were like, oh, what? Oh, my God, what? So then Jacqueline is like, yeah, I mean, she sounded like she had I can't confirm, but she sounded like she had a little drink in her system. I said, I mean, if she wasn't driving, I guess. But again, y'all are reaching. Y'all are reaching. Because here's the thing. Do you guys think that Karen has an alcohol problem? Or are y'all just being shady because of the DUI? Because if you honestly believe she has an alcohol problem, then address that. But if y'all are doing this because she had a DUI, don't just throw shit out there to try to be shady. You know what I mean? Honestly and truly address this with her as a friend. So Karen comes in with a hat on. And Giselle was like, didn't I tell you not to wear a hat? When Giselle and Karen are on, the show is better. It just is. So Giselle has a list of drinks. We have the 61, the Surrey County, and the Grand Dame, which is non-alcoholic. So Karen makes a face, and then Karen said in her confessional that Giselle couldn't help but be messy. That's not being messy. Now, the naming might have been, sure, but that's not being messy. That's not being messy. You did it, Karen. I think, here's the thing. They have gone after Karen for so much stuff, right? And a lot of it, they shouldn't have. Where she lived at, the tax stuff that Ray was going through, all of that, sure. But in this case, Karen, you did it. Stand in it. You're very unremorseful, which I think is a problem, which we see that a lot of the ladies call out in that trailer. You could have not only killed your damn self, but somebody else. Karen, to me, is not taking this serious enough. Karen needs to issue another apology, another public apology. Like, I guess. So Giselle got all these random ass hats around, a banana peel, a construction hat, and the ladies are looking like, what the fuck is going on? But this is a typical Giselle party. So basically, if you get an attitude with anybody, you got to wear one of the hats. And I'm like, okay. So then Giselle has all the nice hats that she plans to give to the ladies, and they all have names that the designer gave them. So she gifts Karen like a gorgeous hat that is called Hollywood. So that's the one that Karen gets, and Giselle is like, Karen. So the ladies were asking me questions because I told them that I met with you a couple of days ago. And Karen said, don't ask Giselle, ask me. I'm right here. I'm not worried about people judging, but look, if you're going to be my friend, I'm going to find out who's my real friend. Be mindful of how low you go. And I don't think it's a matter of people going low. Karen doesn't want to hear the truth. Because as soon as Jacqueline was like, I'm happy that you're safe and you're okay and you didn't kill a kid, Karen made such a face and she looked irritated. But that's the type of stuff that you need to hear, though. That's the type of stuff that you need to hear. But see, Karen doesn't want to hear the truth. Karen wants people to be like, oh my God, we're so glad you're okay, Karen. And oh my God, that damn deer that ran in front of you. That's what Karen wants to hear. Karen doesn't want to hear the truth that it was irresponsible, that it was stupid. She don't want to hear that stuff, though. So then we go to Giselle gifting Ashley with a hat called the Cowboy because she took them on that horrific trip to Texas. So Giselle is like, Ashley, should we tell them about the new GNA Fusion event? And Wendy was like, good Lord. Bad enough that the clothes that were on the runway are not on the website, because y'all know the website has, what did it show? Like a water bottle, a t-shirt, maybe a hoodie or something. They want to fuse some shit together. They didn't really go into the specifics of it, but they said everybody is invited. Awesome sauce. So Mia gets a hat called the King. She said because Mia is going between two different men and pimping them out. So Giselle asked Mia, has she shared ink with Jacqueline yet? And I said, oh my God. And Mia was like, no, ink doesn't play that. But, Gordon is leaning very much on me because me and Ink, because, Gordon was gone. So I washed his clothes and then Ink folded them. And then we took him to his apartment. And everybody is looking around like, what is going on, Mia? What is going on? Jacqueline then said that Mia is better off with Ink. Ink is a better match for Mia because Gordon was just a business relationship. And everybody was like, nah, y'all had kids together. Don't do that to Gordon. And Giselle was like, does Gordon know? And Karen was like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. No, no, no. So then Mia, Mia, it like doesn't say anything. She just kind of lets them think that Gordon was a business partnership, which probably was. Mia popped out them kids thinking that she was going to get a bag with child support. That's probably what it was. So Karen starts talking about the ramifications of having these kids have to see and be confused about is Ink Jeremiah's father? Like, why is this man always around? But then daddy lives downstairs, but then daddy still comes up and does stuff. It's confusing. So Karen and Giselle both feel that Mia is not protecting her kids. And I'm sorry, but I agree. The fact that you are so brazenly talking about whether or not Ink is or is not, or could not be, or Gordon may or may not be Jeremiah's father, it is irresponsible, Mia. It is not protecting your child. You cheating on their father, Gordon, and having Ink come into the house to the point where Gordon is alleging Jeremiah was saying, we saw mommy with another man. That's not okay, Mia. Any way you look at it, that's not okay. Any way you try to rationalize it or justify it, it's not okay. You are not protecting your kids. You are putting all of this on TV for a storyline. If let's say that Ink is Jeremiah's father, that is something that y'all should have handled in-house and outside the realms of this show. You chose to put that on Front Street. You and Gordon. Gordon's ass is no better. Y'all are not protecting these kids from scrutiny. You're not. You're not. Because anybody can walk up to Jeremiah on the street or at school, any teacher, any of his classmates' parents or older siblings can walk up to him and blow his little world up because you chose to put it on TV to have a storyline on a random ass show on Bravo. Is the check really worth it? So Mia starts to feel guilt because you can't tell me it's anything else. So Mia starts to feel guilty and gets mad, and it's like, how dare you say I'm not protecting my kids? They're in extracurriculars, their grades are good, they're fed, they're healthy, they're whatever. They are thriving and they are protected, aside from when you bring them on TV and tell all their business. Your child can be thriving and doing great in soccer and getting A's and B's on his math and English tests. But at the end of the day, Mia, you are also the one that told the world your child had a learning disorder. You are also the one that is telling everybody on that's watching Bravo that you don't with 100% certainty know who your child's father is. That's not protecting him. That's not. It's simply not. So she gets up and she's like, it's fucked up for both of y'all to say, talking to Karen and Giselle. Wendy is like, whoa, 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 whoa. We are all mothers here. Let's not do that. So Mia gets up, leaves the table. I think it was Stacy or no, maybe it was the girl she brought with her. It was somebody and Jacqueline get up to go and check on Mia, and Mia is all but a weep in the bathroom. But I mean, let's be real, Mia. You're not doing the greatest job at protecting your children in this particular aspect. I agree with Karen and Giselle. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I thought it was a good season opener. I did. I have high hopes for the season. Now that, hopefully it's not as heavy as last season with Ineka, Candace, and Robin gone. Hopefully a lot of the arguments and the drama and the beef and the heaviness of last season is gone as well. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Did you watch the show? Will you watch the season? Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.